All right, so I bought this tote of Lego from the Goodwill store, and over the last 2 months, I've been going through it, sorting it out, trying to figure out how complete the sets are that I found inside, and I finally got enough footage together to make a video. So we are going to chat about what I found in here, and the good and the bad, and what I end up scoring. So first one right there on the top you saw was Magisto's Magical Workshop. It was only missing 2 parts. Great score. This bike truck says the instructions are online, so no book in there. Both bags are sealed, so I'm hoping it had all the parts. Same thing with this dream set. Looks like the bags are sealed, but there's no instructions in the box. So we'll see how that goes also. Saw this Technic Bugatti set on top, the 42162. I gotta say, I was really excited when I saw this box. Unfortunately, it is missing most of bag one. So I've got the box, the instructions, and bags 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know what to do with that. And some loose parts from bag one. So hopefully I can market that as incomplete, get a couple of bucks for it. Did get a cool storage head. This was full of a lot of loose bricks also. There was some mega blocks in there, but it comes out not to be a lot. Just bits and pieces from a Halo set, one of the drop pods, so that was kind of cool. Lots of booklets in here for Friends and Disney Castle sets. Most of these ended up being complete or really near to it. So I was actually very surprised. A lot of the stuff in here they had put in the bags and just throwing all the bags in a tote. So it actually, most of this stuck together. I was really surprised. A couple of sealed bags in here. It's half the fun is trying to figure out which sealed bags go to what sets. Comes out, 2 of the bags in here went to a bowling alley, which I'll look at later. Got these cool NBA figures and like this a little basketball court. And a couple of poly bags hidden down in there too. Oh, and then the cream of the crop was this bag of Star Wars figures. This ended up being worth the entire purchase. I made the money back on the entire purchase just on the figures out of this bag. So really happy about that. That turned out well. And we'll look at those figures here in a little bit. Cool little space set I just saw there. Had one part kind of mauled by a dog on it, so I need to replace that. And then there was some more bags down the bottom. This scuba set ended up being complete. And so did this race set. This is like the 3rd copy of the race set. So I'll end up flipping that. This creator set was missing 2 or 3 parts, but nothing we don't probably have in bulk. And then down in the bottom, more booklets, lots of more loose Lego. I end up pulling the bags out and then start separating the bulk. Also had this bag of old style Tyco blocks. So this is just probably going to just be donated right back. I think I've already dropped this off actually. Bunch of stuff we had left over from a yard sale. I was cleaning out the garage. So like I said, we're going to get into this, start sorting it out. My first attempt to sort the parts, we're trying to sort it by set, just by looking at what was in there. It did not go well. I ended up breaking down and doing it all by color, kind of pulling out the larger chunks of parts and trying to figure out which set to start with. And then I went on lego.com and printed off the inventories and well, I didn't need to print the instructions there online, but I printed off a lot of the inventory sheets from the back of the instruction booklets, matching up all the parts. Did go through, organize, and identify about 35 Star Wars figures. So here's a shot of a couple of them. A lot of these were in good shape. Only 1 or 2 of them had cracks on the torsos. And one of them had a broken arm clip. But yeah, I was able to identify and complete, like I said, about 30 of them. I know enough about Star Wars, I could recognize the figures, track them down. Said did a good job with these. A couple of bucks for a few of them, and then made a couple of dollars on some of the heavier hitters. One of them being this guy at the end. I'll show you a picture. But what was interesting was all these Star Wars figures, but no Star Wars sets. So I think there must have been a second tote that somebody picked up. And they've got all the ships. Oh yeah, here we go. That was the big one. That was the one I ended up selling to a friend of mine for about half of the Bricklink price. So, win-win. I was happy. He's happy. Take another look at this old NBA set. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's got some cool fence pieces in there. I listed it on eBay, and then the eBay got canceled because it was contradicting some sort of, I don't know. It went against some sort of policy. So, counterfeit something. I was like, it can't be counterfeit if it's not real Lego, and I stated that. But no, not worried about it. I think I'm going to make a little park scene and put it in my city. A lot of these figures are really cool. There wasn't duplicates of too many of the players. So, but they're not the spring-loaded ones like Lego did. These are just regular old, look like just regular minifigs. A lot of players that you would recognize. Then you can't do a sort without the box of random parts from the bingo board. And here we go. There's another look at me sorting these out. I think this is when I started to get into it by color. The head came out to actually help out quite a bit. And once I had them sorted by color, it was a lot easier to go through the inventory sheets that I printed offline and finding all the parts just by looking for the shapes, you know, within the color bins. None of the bins were really that full. So here we are, bagging and tagging a lot of the sets. Ended up finding a lot of extra sets I did not originally believe we had in there. So this camper came out to be almost complete, and I probably got the extra parts still in the bulk. I just, you know, a lot of the smaller pieces in there. This castle only had the instructions for one of the quarters of it, but had the parts for the other 3 quarters also. This little, as the space set I was talking about earlier, one piece in there chewed on by a dog. I got to replace it. It's on the nose of the ship. Easy find though. Then a couple of these little sets. This one was a bummer. I thought I had this set. All I had was the windows. So we'll throw that to the side. Oh, this 3-in-1 dinosaur was complete. So that was a nice little score. So was that little submarine we looked at from earlier. Even had the little hammerhead shark that's in there. Yeah, there he is on the bottom. End up with this Friends restaurant. I did not think that was going to be, I don't know, it was good to find that mostly complete in there also. And then there's a friend's house here also, which my daughter will enjoy building. She likes doing the houses. Still got quite a lot of Lego left. There was a few that I found parts for, like that hospital, where I just wasn't going to even get close to completing them. So I didn't bother picking the majority of the parts. But all in all, I think I got about 20 sets out of that bulk lot. So here it is, all bagged up, ready to go. I'm going to keep it in a tote together, just so if I need to come back to it and look for some parts. After spring break, we're going to sit down and have a family build day. We're going to go through and rebuild all these sets, just see which parts we need to try and find and which ones are going to be done. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.